What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay. Making their debut on the channel tonight. We have, I hope I pronounced this name right, Rata Blanca. Yes, indeed. How about that? Rata Blanca making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity boobity bob, do me a favor. Before you do all those things, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you're still feeling like you want to do all those clicks and the likes and everything else, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Santiago, Belen G, and Hugo Romero. They all want to see me react to this song by Rata Blanca called, oh man, here we go. La Leyenda del Hada y el Mago. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is that song? I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Apocalyptic City, okay? And the video has 25,396 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Rata Blanca, La Leyenda del Hada y el Mago. High quality, 320 kbps. Okay, well, we'll see how it sounds. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I'm trying to think of who these guys remind me of. There's a lot of bands these guys remind me of. The vocalist, I think what's doing it more for me than anything, the vocalist kind of reminds me of Dream Theater's original vocalist. God, what was his name? It was back when Dream Theater was known as Majesty. God, who was their lead singer? I know the first name was Charlie. Charlie what? I don't remember. Okay, so anyway, regardless. When Dream Theater put out their very first album, well, their debut album was actually Images and Words, but before that, they recorded an album. It was called When Dream and Day Unite. And it had their original lead singer. I do not remember the last name. The first name was Charlie. And his vocals remind me a lot of his vocals. Like, those two sound very similar. As far as the guitar playing, and the bass playing and the drumming, very reminiscent of Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force. Like that same type of a feel of you know, that 16th note driving feel with that kind of laid back on the snare, you know, laid back, you know, type of a feel. And you hear the keyboard in the background as well. A lot of bands in the mid to late 80s had that type of sound. Would I go as far as to call this hair metal? Yeah, but not in a glammy way. Like, I would not compare these guys to a band like, say, Poison. Or, God, what other bands are out there? A Firehouse, or Steelheart, or any of those other glammy bands. Trickster. Yeah, we all remember Trickster, right? Dear Lord. You know, Enough's Enough, you know, stuff like that. Those type of glam bands. I wouldn't put this in that same style. Hair metal, yeah, but not glammy hair metal. You know what I mean? But it definitely has that feel. It definitely has that drive. It definitely has that energy. Anyway, let's keep going here.
Solo los dos en el bosque, amándose siempre y en todo lugar. Y el mal que siempre existió no soportó ver tanta felicidad entre dos seres. Y todo le atacó hasta que nada cayó en ese sueño fatal que no se
I definitely stand behind the Yngwie Malmsteen Rising Force comparison now. After hearing that extended guitar solo, yeah, it's very reminiscent of Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force. In particular, if you listen to the album Marching Out, even the mix sounds very similar. A lot of reverb, a lot of high end too. It sounds. I have no idea when this album was made. This album could have been made in the 80s, could have been made in the 90s. Hell, it could have been made 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know when it was made, but it sounds very dated. It sounds like mid to late 80s. And something tells me that's exactly when it's from. I don't know, but like I said, look, you see bands like this popping up all the time. You see bands like this popping up all the time. Even today, you'll see bands like this popping up. So, could it have been recorded recently? Yeah, it very well could have been. So, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, the guitar solo sounded great. I mean, it was a phenomenal guitar solo. The guitar solo was very long. It was very well done, but it was very long. Very Yngwie-ish. Very Yngwie Malmsteen-ish. He loved doing extended solos in his songs. So, yeah, I'm definitely getting that Yngwie Malmsteen vibe. But the vocalist still reminds me of the lead vocalist from Dream Theater, their first lead vocalist, Charlie. I don't remember the last name, but I know his first name was Charlie. I know that. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review.
Noches el mago buscando el poder que devolviera su hada, su amor, su mirada tan dulce de ayer. Y no paró desde entonces buscando la forma de recuperar a la mujer que aquel día en medio del bosque no me impuso a amar. Y hoy sabe que es el amor y que tendrá fuerzas para soportar aquel conjuro. Sabe que un día verá su dulce hada llegar y para siempre con él se quedará.
Yeah, there you go. Not sure how this is gonna go, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Let me think about it. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Rata Blanca with La Leyenda del Hada y el Mago. This was a request from Santiago, Belen G, and Hugo Romero. Okay. I thought about it, and I was weighing the positives and the negatives, and boy, it was not easy. But I came up with a score, and here we go. On a scale of 1 to 10, believe it or not, I'm gonna give that a 7.3. Yep, 7.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, the song sounds dated. It sounds like mid to late 80s. It definitely has that sound. Now, I could be wrong, and this could have been made, seriously, 2 years ago, for all I know. I have no clue. But my gut is telling me mid to late 80s, like somewhere between 85 to 89, somewhere in there. I'm willing to bet this is when this was made. I was getting a lot of that hair metal feel from that era. Now, I'm not, when I say hair metal, a lot of people misconstrue hair metal with glam. Not all hair metal bands were glam, okay? They may look like hair metal bands, but they weren't glam bands, okay? Glam bands very much relied on their image, and their songs weren't always the best, you know what I mean? But they had a certain look, they had a certain attitude, they had a certain image. That was their gimmick, that was their product. And it worked. It worked for them. Their music was absolute garbage, but I mean, they were selling out theaters, they were selling out stadiums even, and no denying they had success. And good for them. Good for them. I give them all the credit in the world for having that success. Congratulations. Okay, having said that, the music is crap. Now, this musically was actually really good. It was. The song structure made perfect sense. Verse, pre-chorus, chorus, you know, very typical. I like pre-choruses, I do. Are they always necessary? No, they're not always necessary, but I like them. I like having that transitional bridge between a verse and the chorus. So I like having pre-choruses. Their instrumentation, I don't know what it is, but it sounds to me like you have your bass, your drums, 2 guitars, keyboard, and vocals. So you have a 6-piece band. Nice full sound. It never sounded thin, it never sounded hollow. So good on them. All of the musicians are very accomplished from the sound of it. They all know how to play their instruments inside and out. The guitars in particular, I'm gonna get more to them in a second. Bass and drums sound like they were locked in. Loved that. Couldn't really hear the bass all the time. There were a lot of times where the bass kind of got drowned out and pushed to the back. But there were a few spots where I did hear them pretty good in the mix, so I'm not too upset about that. The keyboards in this, very necessary. I know what people are going, what? Necessary? You have 2 guitar players. Yeah, you had 2 guitar players who are also playing the exact same things, other than when one of them's soloing and the other one is not. So having those keyboards there to kind of add those fifths and those diminished sixes, you know, those not diminished, augmented sixes. I'm sorry, not diminished sixes, augmented sixes. Those were nice, good haunting feel to them, and they definitely helped fill out the sound. Also very present in the pre-chorus. Having the keyboards come in on the pre-chorus almost defined the pre-chorus as this is the pre-chorus. So good on the keyboard player, very necessary. The vocals and the guitars on this. Now, I made a lot of comparisons, and the two it wasn't even a lot of comparisons. It was 2 comparisons that covered a lot of the song. Okay, I'm gonna start off with the guitar playing and the guitar structure. Very, very reminiscent of Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force. Very guitar line driven, not chordally driven, but melodic line driven. A lot of soloing too. Soloing throughout the song in spots, which was nice. It sounded good. It definitely helped keep things interesting. So good on them. And the guy who was soloing, I don't know who that was. Maybe they were taking turns. Maybe they were swapping. But I have a feeling it was primarily one guitar player doing all the soloing. Clearly an accomplished guitar player. Clearly. A lot of sweep picking, and the sweep picking sounded good. I heard some tapping work from the sound of it. I mean, I could be wrong, but it sounded like tapping, both finger tapping and pick tapping. And some very rapid, like 16th and 32nd note runs. Very, very well done. I mean, I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to him. He did a fine job with his solo. The lead vocalist, very reminiscent of Dream Theater's lead vocalist. Their first lead vocal, not the guy that came before James LeBrie. I know his name is Charles or Charlie. He goes by Charlie from what I remember, but I do not remember his last name. But he was the vocalist on their album When Dreams and Day Unite. So if you want to hear what I'm talking about, go check that out. What was the song I'm thinking of? Not Life Fuse and Get Away. Well, I mean, that's one of them. The Killing Hand, yes. Oh God, what was the song before? It was this. Let me look it up. It's been a long time since I've listened to that album. I still have them in here. There was a specific song I'm thinking of, and I do not remember what the song was. Fortune and Lies. That was it. Fortune and Lies and Status Seeker. If you listen to either one or The Killing Hand, listen to any of those four tracks, or 3 tracks. You'll hear what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the comparison in style and also in tone, vocal tone. You'll hear the comparison and you'll hear, oh my God, they sound almost exactly alike. Maybe they are the same person for all I know. I don't know, but anything's possible in this world. Look, it's not bad. It's not bad. What is this my jam? No, definitely not my jam. Would I listen to this again? If the mood struck me, yeah, sure. I could see myself listening to this again. Will it go on any playlists? Probably not, if I'm being honest with you. I liked it, but I don't know if I liked it enough to put in a playlist. It maybe, possibly, I might put it on the Driving to Vegas playlist, simply because I need to keep that playlist as full and as varied as possible, because Driving to Vegas is 4 to 4.5 hours usually, and it's I'll burn through a lot of music on the way there and on the way back. So, you know, I might put this on that playlist, possibly, you know, but I'm not saying I'm going to for sure. But yeah, it's a really good song, believe it or not. Not okay, not pretty good, but believe it or not, in my opinion, it's a really good song, and that's why it's getting the really good score of 7.3. Now, there may be some new people to the channel who are big fans of Rata Blanca and they don't know what a 7.3 is. That's okay. I have a solution for you. Take a look down below. Scroll down a little bit. Go into the video description and you will very clearly see my scoring system chart there. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look in where it says 7.0 to 7.9. Now, what does it say there? Does it say bad? No. Does it say horrible? No. Does it say terrible? No. Does it say okay? Nope. Does it say pretty good? Nope. Believe it or not, 7.0 to 7.9 is the grading scale for really good. Remember, I go all the way down to 0, guys. I do. So getting a 7.3 means it's a really good song. And in all honesty, it is. May not necessarily be up my alley. You know, I may not necessarily love the song, but there's no denying it is a really good song. So 7.3, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.